It's a family feud for Germanic supremacy. In one corner, Lufthansa, the industrial giant. In the other, Swiss, the premium carrier with a boutique feel. Welcome back to the Flyman Yann Aviation World Cup. We're in the third match of round one. 16 airlines started this journey, but today, another icon is getting grounded. To secure a spot in the quarterfinals, our contenders must get the most wins across 5 categories. Will German efficiency hold the line, or will Swiss precision take the crown? The bracket is set, the flights are booked. Let's see who survives the Germanic Grudge.
Good morning from Belgrade, the capital of Serbia. My first flight today will be with Lufthansa, so I'm going to head to the airport. And one thing I found out yesterday is public transport is completely free in Belgrade, so I'm going to take the bus. I'm here outside Belgrade Nikola Tesla Airport. I think it's my 4th time flying from here, and all I remember is getting ripped off on a sandwich last time and a pretty subpar lounge. So let's go inside and see if anything's changed. Believe it or not, this will actually be my first time ever flying with Lufthansa. So I'm going in with fresh eyes. I don't know what to expect. Let's go check in and find out. So I wanted to complain because I went to check in last night on my phone. I downloaded the Lufthansa app and they force you to create an account. You can't just continue as a guest, check in, manage your booking like pretty much every other single airline app lets you do. So I went to check in today. There was literally 0 queue. I think it's the quickest I ever got a boarding card printed. I just gave my passport, she handed back the boarding pass. So I don't know whether to complain or not now, but they should really let you check in as a guest on their app. It's very user hostile to force you to create an account. But anyway, I got my boarding pass. Let's get through security.
Belgrade Airport is undergoing a massive transformation with renovation work still underway throughout the terminal, but one place that hasn't reached yet is the contract lounge. It's a fairly small space and felt pretty cramped with how busy it was, and there was just a peek of natural light coming through these small caged windows. In terms of food, it was a few cold cuts with cheese and a fridge with pre-made sandwiches. Soft drinks, coffee and spirits were available, but no champagne for me today, so that's another X on the scoreboard. Anyway, let's get out of here, and just in time, because look who's just landed.
Before we get on board, let me tell you a bit more about Lufthansa and the wider group.
Celebrating its 100th anniversary this year in 2026, Lufthansa is Germany's flag carrier and a founding member of the Star Alliance. Operating from its dual hubs in Frankfurt and Munich, it serves a massive network of over 200 global destinations. They are the largest operator of the Boeing 747-8 and have recently brought back the Airbus A380 while rolling out their new, much delayed and controversial Allegris cabins on their A350s and 787s. And an interesting fact, Lufthansa is the world's largest consumer of caviar, serving over 10 tons of the delicacy. That's 5% of the global supply to its first-class passengers every year.
Alright, first ever Lufthansa flight. Let's see what it's like.
Here comes the 5-year-old A320neo we'll be flying on today.
Just made it on board. The crew were very nice, big smiles when I came in with the greeting. The cabin looks pretty modern, so let's wait for everyone to stop boarding, and in the meantime we can have a look around the seat.
I like the dark colors of the seat, but comfort-wise, it's a slimline seat with minimal padding. There's no headrest, and there's no recline either. Legroom is on the smaller side with 29 inches of seat pitch, although the first 10 rows do have 30 inches. I was a bit surprised at how basic the seat was for a full-service carrier on a relatively new aircraft. With everyone on board, let's get in the sky, and things are about to get really bad for me, but probably not what you're expecting. About 10 minutes after takeoff, the crew were handing out complimentary bottles of water, and about 10 minutes after that, the trolley service started. There was an onboard menu with sandwiches, meal deals, and the usual plain snacks. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to order anything today because I had to make an unexpected dash to the toilet after a bad case of food poisoning. I have never in my life been sick on an airplane. It was horrible. Well, since we're in here anyway, let's have a quick look at the toilets, which were clean but pretty tight for space.
Oh man, I don't know what happened to me. I think I ate some dodgy food for breakfast this morning. I've just been sick like 2 times. I've spent half the flight at the back of the plane in the toilet, so I might have missed a couple shots, but we're coming into land now. I need to sit back down. There's a complimentary water bottle and a little piece of chocolate on this flight, which is nice. And in terms of amenities, we've got charging sockets, although I think it's just USB A and C. And there is in-flight Wi-Fi. Messaging is free, which is good. And the other plan is only €6, which is very reasonable, like the full access plan. And that's pretty much it. Right. I just need to get on the ground and lie down now because I'm struggling.
On the way down, I spotted a few aircraft flying past, which is always so cool to see. A Thai Airways 777, a Vietnam Airlines Dreamliner, I think in the distance there, and a Wizz Air A321neo zooming past. There's no post-flight talk today, unfortunately. I was feeling awful. I even dropped my camera trying to get a shot. So this sick bag is going in the bin, and I'm going to rest and recover. We'll catch up on the details when I'm in better health.
Good morning from a rather unusually sunny Dublin. I'm feeling a lot better today. I had food poisoning a couple days ago and it hit me just as I got onto the flight, which is probably the worst possible time for it to hit. But anyway, my health is back and today I'm ready to fly with Swiss. So I'm gonna cross the river and catch the Dublin Express to the airport. Let's do it. I'm here outside Dublin Terminal 1 and it's a very familiar sight for me. I've been here more times than I care to count. It's actually my second most visited airport behind London Heathrow. So anyway, let's head inside. I've flown Swiss 3 times before, and that was about 2 years ago, all within the space of about a week actually. I flew on 3 different aircraft types, the Embraer E195-E2, the Airbus A321neo, and the Airbus A220. I'll be flying on one of those again today. Take a guess in the comments, and I'm gonna go check in. Alright, so I've just checked in and I had a bit of an opposite problem today. There was a massive queue for business class and literally no one in the economy line. So I got checked in, got my boarding pass, no problem. Now let's head through security. I have seen one problem though, which might affect the champagne side quest. I think the Terminal 1 lounge is closed, but I think I might know a way around that. Let's get through security and see what I can figure out. Just as I expected, the lounge in Terminal 1 is closed for renovation. But if I remember correctly, there's this little walkway I can take here, which connects to Terminal 2 airside, and I should be able to find another lounge here.
Well, it shouldn't have surprised me that the only other contract lounge was absolutely rammed. I just about managed to find a space to have a glass of Diet Coke. That means Terminal 2 couldn't answer my wishes, and I've got to add another X to the scoreboard. No luck in today's video. Otherwise, the lounge has a buffet of cold cuts, salads, and cheeses, a breakfast section with to-go snacks, and there is a small fridge with beers and wine available, limited to 2 per passenger. Apart from the views, not much was keeping me here, so let's see if I can find my old favorite spot.
One thing I love is when airports make these outdoor terrace areas like this. I've got many good memories of finishing a week of work and coming here with my colleagues, having a beer. It just makes the airport experience so much nicer when you can step outside, especially when it's sunny, and especially when you can have a beer too.
But no time for a beer today, unfortunately. I saw that my Swiss aircraft had just touched down, so let's head to the gate.
You already know Swiss is owned by the wider Lufthansa Group, but let me tell you a bit more about the airline itself.
Formed in 2002 following the collapse of the legendary Swissair, Swiss is the premium flag carrier of Switzerland and a key member of the Lufthansa Group. Operating from its hubs in Zurich and Geneva, it serves over 110 destinations worldwide. Its fleet is currently undergoing a massive change. The short-haul network is dominated by the fuel-efficient Airbus A220, while the long-haul backbone of Boeing 777s and A330s are getting refurbished and being joined by the A350, featuring the new Swiss Senses cabins.
Okay, let's get on board and see what the Swiss experience has to offer.
Well done if you guessed the A220 earlier. This is the 4-year-old aircraft we'll be flying to Zurich today. And for the ground experience category, it's always a bit harder to judge this in economy. Once we move to business class, there'll be so much more to go off. But for now, with the quickest check-in I've ever experienced and the efficient boarding, I'm giving this one to Lufthansa.
Alright, so I just got on board and settled into my seat. The first thing that always throws me off with being on an A220 is the 3-2 layout. 3 seats on one side, 2 seats on the other. It's just not doing good stuff on my OCD. But anyway, important thing to note, the first 11 rows in here have 32 inches of legroom. Once you go behind that, the left side with 2 seats only has 28 inches, so it's quite tight. And the right side with 3 seats has 29, so you get an extra inch of legroom if you sit on the other side than you do here past row 11. But anyway, let's look around the rest of the seat and see what we can find.
I love the design of the seat here. The brown leather color palette, the chrome lining, the outside edge, I've never seen that. It makes it feel very premium and they look incredibly sleek. Comfort-wise, it is still a slimline seat, but the padding felt sufficient for a short flight. There is a small headrest, but it's not adjustable. Like I mentioned, from row 14, you get 28 inches of seat pitch on the left side, and you can switch to the right for 29 inches. There is a very slight recline, but it felt pretty minimal. Also, I've never seen a seat back pocket design like this. It's split into 2 smaller pockets, which is good enough for a phone, assuming it doesn't slip out the side, but good luck fitting an iPad or laptop in there. While that is small, the windows are big. I love the larger windows on the A220, and it really noticeably brightens up the cabin.
And now that I've had a look around the seat, I've got to give the win to
Swiss. With their stylish cabin design, comfortable seats, and ability to recline, they get to take the C category win for today. Now, let's buckle up and head to the runway. Not even 10 minutes after takeoff, the quickest time yet, the crew were handing out complimentary water bottles to everyone in economy.
And with regards to the hospitality category, since I was sick on my last Lufthansa flight and I didn't order anything from the onboard menu, I'm going to keep things fair and I'm not going to order anything on this Swiss flight, but then how am I going to rank them in hospitality? Well, the crew have been incredibly friendly on both flights. I think Swiss crew was slightly nicer and a bit more smiley.
And Swiss is generally considered to have a higher quality buy on board menu compared to Lufthansa in economy, but just based on my crew interactions alone in this case, I'm giving the hospitality win to Swiss. Hopefully I'm not sick on any more flights, so I can give a bit more of a fairer review next time. But do let me know in the comments if you've ever had food on either airline and which one you thought was better. It's time for the toilet inspection, and hopefully I won't be needing this today.
Okay, I was not expecting this when it came to the A220. I thought the toilet would be tiny because it's such a much smaller plane, but actually this toilet's massive. Look, I can walk around, there's space, it looks pretty clean, modern. We've got tissues, soap, as you'd expect. But I think the category wins easily. Got to go to Swiss for this one. I was not expecting this big of a toilet at all. Nice. I'm back in my seat. How is Swiss going to do in the amenities category? Well, they don't have seatback screens like most European airlines, but they do have these overhead screens that shows the route map, which I think is pretty cool, but doesn't offer personal entertainment. They've got no in-seat charging, so you can't charge your devices, and there's no onboard Wi-Fi, so you won't get any connectivity while you're on the flight. Swiss are in the process of rolling out Wi-Fi on a bit more of their fleet, but it's not on this aircraft, so I can't score it. So for that reason, the amenities category win is gonna have to go to
Lufthansa. Honestly, I was a bit surprised Swiss didn't have anything on such a new aircraft, but with Lufthansa having in-seat USB charging and onboard Wi-Fi, this one is comfortably awarded to them. I was enjoying the clear views out of the window and saw something familiar below. Leave a comment if you know which airport we're flying above right now. Later into the flight, the crew passed back down the cabin with a basket filled with Swiss chocolates for everyone. It's a small thing, but it's always such a nice touch to get this towards the end of the flight and leaves a good memory like, those were the guys that gave me a piece of chocolate. And another nice touch is having the gates for connecting passengers on this flight shown on the overhead screens.
Touchdown Zurich, Swiss flight complete. I actually really enjoyed that flight. They kind of ruined it at the end of it with the bus gate, but apart from that, it was a great flight. I thought the A220 was really nice. I've only flown on it once before, I think, and I wasn't really paying attention. I was flying with friends, but it's a really nice cabin. Apart from the 2-3 layout, which kind of throws my OCD off a bit, but the way Swiss has designed the cabin, it's super sleek, it's smart. I really like it. But the question is that enough to beat Lufthansa? Now, they both belong to Lufthansa Group and share a lot of DNA, but there can only be one winner.
Looking at the scoreboard, Swiss gets the overall win with 3 category wins against Lufthansa's 2. That means Swiss will continue on to the quarterfinals to battle it out against next week's winner, either Air Serbia or Turkish Airlines in short-haul business class. Don't miss it, subscribe, and tune in next week.
What do you think? Let me know who you thought deserved to win today, and if you've ever flown with Lufthansa or Swiss before, let me know what your experience was like in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and as always, till next time.